US Air Force Plant 4, one of the world's biggest military facilities, covering a size of 3 square kilometers. It's pretty much the same size as New York's Central Park. These facilities are run by Lockheed Martin, who specialize in building the world's most advanced fighter jet, the F-35. We are getting exclusive behind-the-scenes access, checking out the F-35 and meet the only female fighter jet test pilot at Lockheed Martin who's going to train me on the official F-35 simulator before we suit up and she goes up in an actual F-35. All right, I'm ready. I'm here to give us both behind-the-scenes access to the most advanced military technology on the planet. It has taken me 2 years to get access inside those doors. It is heavily secured, it is locked down. So what makes the F-35 the world's most advanced fighter jet ever built? First off, stealth. Under military radar, get this, the F-35 shows up the size of a golf ball. More on that later. It's crazy fast, hitting speeds of 2,000 kilometers an hour, and a $250,000 helmet that literally projects data and enemy targets onto the visor. The F-35 also comes in 3 different models, the A, B, and C model. The F-35A is built for traditional runways. Then there's the F-35B, which can operate from smaller ships or remote airfields, taking off in short distances and even landing vertically like a drone or a helicopter. And finally, the F-35C is designed specifically for aircraft carriers with larger wings and a stronger landing gear for those tough at-sea landings. Right here is where they actually manufacture the F-35. So on either side, the left and the right, you have got jets lining this hallway. The production line, you won't believe this, is over a mile long. They currently have over 100 fighter jets on this production line. To put that length into perspective, that's roughly the length of the Brooklyn Bridge, or over 17 soccer fields. And it has a workforce of over 18,000 people. That's 3 times the population of the average US town. The first plane produced here was during the Second World War in 1942. That was the B-24 Liberator, which was then followed by the B-32, then the B-36, XB-58, F-111, F-16, F-22, and then from 2004, the F-35 in Fort Worth. What we're going to see today has different levels of secret, from confidential all the way up to top secret. Starting off with the metrology lab. This is where you really get to see the level of detail and attention that goes into these masterpieces of engineering. This here is the metrology team. Say hi, guys. Hello. They don't talk to people very often. Not to be confused with the much less accurate meteorology, metrology is the science of measuring things. So this right here, guys, I'm touching a panel, an F-35 panel, which is pretty much impossible to touch an actual F-35 unless you're a special engineer or you're a fighter pilot, who we're going to speak to very soon. So this is quite exciting to be able to do this. This is like the outer skin of an F-35. This is on the belly of the aircraft, and you see all of these fasteners here. So I've got one here. In total, one F-35 has 40,000 of these fasteners. So this one, here we go. Bam, done. You guys needed me for that, didn't you? This takes some expertise, guys. I mean, you got to go to university for that. What they do here is they actually scan panels so and spaces so that everything fits together perfectly, so they can get it all digitized and all of the pieces and everything else can kind of perfectly fit in one space. Have you got me? I've currently got a laser beam in my eye. Now what we do with that is figure out what space I can fit into. Which car is best suited for my height, my weight? Bam, that's the car I'm going to buy. The level of detail in this lab is extraordinary. The precision to get the measurements just right and find the tiniest of scratches or scuffs is just something else.
Taking a picture of a gel, so as you bend or deflect that gel, you can see the shadow that it casts. And so if we stick this on here,
oh yeah,
you'll see a very detailed image. And you can pick up little fine specks of dust. If you want to hold that, stick it on something.
Oh, wow. This is when you see how dirty the surface is, right?
Or scratch defects.
Or, yeah.
A little scratch.
Interesting. This is what an actual panel from the F-35 looks like and feels like, and this has stealth coating on it. Look, you have to do the tap test, right? Just have to. This scanner here is looking for the imperfections and the damages that you can't see. So it's inside the material. This is carbon fiber composite here. So with this scanner, what I can do is I just push down on this, and then it will show me here on the screen where the damage is. You see this, it'll pop up here as I go over. You see there, and it's like, oh, you wouldn't have seen that with the naked eye, but now you can see that something internally needs to be fixed. Dr. Matt T. Milo, are you sure that's correct right there?
Yes, what this formula is doing is we are detecting a transponder in space, and we are figuring out how to compute that into the robot's coordinate frame. So the robot can deal with the transponder as detected by a different antenna.
This is my contribution to this whole thing. What?
After getting the ultimate lesson in measuring, it was time to meet the only female fighter jet test pilot at Lockheed Martin. We're moving on to top secret and meeting her in the equipment room where the pilots get ready for a flight. It is so cool to see what these guys go through. They really get some intense training, and I'm going to find out all about it.
All right, now this is where all the pilots get ready. This is like backstage. They get their suits on, their helmets, etc., etc. We are about to meet the only female test pilot for the F-35 jets here at Lockheed Martin. Hey, Siren?
Oh, hey,
you're Siren, right?
Yeah, come on in.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's such a pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
This is Siren, everyone, and that's her call name. You say a call name, right?
Call sign,
Call sign. That is the coolest call sign. I got to know the story behind your call sign. Where did Siren come from?
So there's obviously a little bit of background behind it, but just overall, big picture, I had a tendency to set fire sirens off when I was
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fire sirens and police sirens off, yeah.
These are your boxes where you get dressed up. So you've got all of this stuff. So we've got, so these are all the other call signs, right? So Puff, we've got Hooch,
Yeah.
Jabba,
Star
we've got
Wars.
you, Siren. Wait, we got,
hey.
we got, oh, hello.
We
Who's
got one of our
this?
F-16 pilots. This is Seeker.
Hi, Seeker. How are you? Nice to meet you. Did you just come back from a flight?
Did.
Oh, mate.
Hour and a half.
Oh my God.
Nothing but fun.
What did you get up to? Like, what were you doing up there?
Well, we were shooting air to air and bombing.
Of course you were. Another fighter pilot. I call you guys the cool people. You know, I'm just so uncool around you. Like, my cool factor's gone down to here. You guys are like fighter pilots, you know? It's crazy.
So he has the different wings from all of us.
Oh, interesting. What are your wings?
These are
My
astronaut
wings has a little
Oh,
thingy in the middle.
interesting.
and pilot wings.
And what do you have on yours then?
So he has the most F-16 time of any Lockheed Martin pilot.
Wow. How long?
6,000 hours.
6,000 hours. Do you ever get bored? Like, seriously?
We have fun every single hour.
Is it fun?
Every
Like, do
day
you
is-
see it as fun?
Every day is fun, or else I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, wow. What's the scariest situation you guys have been in up there?
I think it was probably in the Middle East.
Yeah,
Combat,
I
yeah,
got
see?
pretty close
combat,
to
yeah.
Got pretty close to the sand one time.
Yeah?
There was a sandstorm there, so you didn't see the ground. But
That's what you
my
said
little
was...
barometer we got low.
Wow.
I didn't tell my wife for a few years.
Really? Wow. Thanks, guys.
Great guys that I
I
fly with,
love
huh?
that. I love that. So these are like, this is your team, right? I mean, there's 14 of you,
14 in the
right?
world,
And
yeah.
you're the only woman.
Correct.
And then you got to put up with these blokes.
Absolutely. Every day it's like 13 big brothers I never wanted.
Yeah, but you're stuck with.
But I stuck with.
Yeah. How on earth do you become the only woman here at Lockheed Martin as a test pilot?
I went to the U.S. Air Force Academy, which is a military university for 4 years immediately right out of high school. So,
Okay.
and that's where I got my engineering degree.
Yep.
So I have an astronautical engineering degree. From that point on, you graduate, And then that's when you determine where your career field will go.
Okay.
So I got a pilot slot.
What then?
Competition from then on out.
Really?
It is literally how well you do in each phase of pilot training.
Okay.
Which pilot training is about a year long.
Before Siren and I both get suited up and she gets ready for a real F-35 flight, she's going to train me just like Lockheed Martin pilots do on the official F-35 flight simulator. And after that, we're going to take a look at an actual F-35 in real life. Wish me luck, because I have no idea how I'm going to handle this simulator.
All right. Ooh,
Come on in.
thank you. So this is a simulator.
Yes, it simulates the F-35.
So this is exactly what you would see.
Yes, and each one of these formats are can be changed per the pilot's preference.
I have literally zero clue what is going on here. How long does it take you to learn all of this?
So generally, if we put a completely new student in an F-35, they've got it down with all the simulators, probably in a handful of simulators.
Especially if you are smart enough to be a fighter pilot. I can see it. All right, cool. All right, I gotta feel what you feel. I bet you don't get this comfy seat though in there.
It's actually
really?
Yeah, the seat is very comfortable.
Really?
As well.
Okay,
you can
so
just push this
you gotta
forward.
push this. Okay. Oh, now I'm locked in.
You're trapped.
I'm trapped. Oh, okay, all right. So take me through everything. Is this exactly, you know, the functions you would have?
Yes.
In the fighter jet? Okay.
A majority of the functions that we would manipulate on the screen can be done on what we call the stick and the throttle.
The stick and the throttle, okay.
Yeah.
And that beeping, what is that?
That is the radar, just telling you
Radar.
got some.
Do you hear that all the time in the jet, actually?
You can turn it off.
Like, this is so annoying.
Yeah, everything is programmable.
Okay, all right, okay, so hand goes here.
Exactly. So think of this as your gas pedal.
Okay, yep.
That controls your speed, how fast and how slow you really want to go.
So to go faster, what do I do?
Full forward.
Full forward.
Yep.
Okay.
And then if you push it forward a little bit more,
yeah.
that's afterburner.
That's afterburner. What does that mean exactly?
A whole lot more thrust.
Like it, okay. How does that actually feel in the jet? Do you get thrown back?
You can, yes. It's
Really?
43,000 pounds of thrust immediately.
Wow.
You strap it onto a controllable rocket almost.
Insane.
And you'll feel that pressure.
How fast are you going?
We'll take it up to almost 2,000 kilometers an hour.
2,000 kilometers an hour.
Mach 1.6.
Okay, I've done 300 kilometers an hour. That's the fastest I've been.
That's pretty impressive on the ground. Like,
Wow, okay. What's the red button? They're always important.
Red, yes. If it's
If
red,
it's red, you got to know about it. Yeah.
you got to know about it. Don't rest your thumb on
Yeah.
it. That is how you would shoot a missile or drop a bomb.
Oh, okay, yes, of course. That's going to be red.
Yeah.
All right, and then this one here?
That's your gun.
Oi! All right, okay, now we're talking. What can I do?
We're going to take you off here.
Okay, all right.
All right.
I'm glad this is not real.
So put your hand on the left throttle there. So this is, think of it, you're driving steering wheel, but we do have two bad guys out there if you want to go shoot them. Anywhere you see words, you can probably touch it.
Yeah, okay.
As well, and you can expand and make smaller. So yeah, quite a bit of.
Oh my God. There we go, I found it.
Yeah, that works too.
Okay,
so this, you got weapons ready to go. Make sure that we target these folks here and then take some shots.
Bad guys.
Bad guys.
All right.
Ready?
Okay, so how do I fly?
All right. So, and hit go. Take your left hand, go full forward all the way till you afterburner. When this hits 145, you're going to gently pull back on that stick. Go ahead, pull back and relax.
Oh, that wasn't very gentle.
No, it's a very sensitive.
It's very sensitive. What would my G-force be right now?
Right now you're at 1G.
Okay, so it's fine.
But take your right hand and pull straight back. Harder, harder, harder. There you go. You're going
I'm
about
going straight
7.
up?
Yeah, going about 7, 8 Gs.
Holy moly. Oh, shit, am I dying? Am I falling?
No. You're already at 15,000 feet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you just climbed like crazy up high.
I just went straight up. Okay. Because you're going so fast, how can you see things that might be approaching suddenly from left or right when you literally could be whizzing past them in 1 second?
A lot of that, and what a lot of the F-35 allows us to do, is to see those objects much farther out.
Yeah, okay.
And we generally will use the radar as well as other sensors that are combined together to create what we call sensor fusion. And that to me, as a pilot, is the magic of the F-35 and what makes it above and beyond.
So all the sensors come together automatically, basically, to tell you what's going on around you.
Exactly.
And in the F-16, it didn't. It was all manual.
Correct. Nice. So she knows what she's doing. I can walk away right now.
I came yesterday to do my research, just to impress Siren today.
I am impressed. So,
okay, how do I get the baddies now?
remember this switch?
Yes.
It'll control this cursor right here.
Okay.
Put it over a square. Take this switch right here.
Yeah.
Move it up once and let go.
And that's lock target.
You lock the target.
Ooh, I've locked the target. Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. He's in this square.
Okay,
And
cool.
this is what we will see in our helmet.
I see. Okay, cool.
Remember that red button we talked about?
Oh, red button. Oh, I get to press the red button.
Press the red button.
Okay.
This will start flashing.
Woo!
It does not sound like that in the jet. I'm just
It
gonna
doesn't. Can you hear
really
it?
cool-
What does it sound like?
I feel the drag
Okay.
of the doors opening.
Yes.
And then you'll probably just hear the missile like pop almost
Yep.
and shoot out, and then it'll close right up and you'll go. And,
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And then I can just do a roll in celebration.
Absolutely.
All right, I survived my virtual flight. Thankfully, I was more ready than ever to see an actual F-35 up close and personal. Because of how secret the cockpit is, our cameras couldn't get too close.
Oi, here we are.
Welcome to my office.
Oh my God.
Alex.
Coolest office in the world. Come on.
I can't
What?
complain. I can't complain.
There she is.
What's awesome about the F-35 is every edge,
Yeah.
every corner of the fuselage meeting, even the paint of the aircraft is what makes this jet stealth,
Yeah.
and it was specifically designed for that.
Just so you guys know, this is a facility that's never been filmed in before. All right, this is super, super special. And this is probably the closest I'll ever get to an F-35. I mean, it's 3 arm lengths away. No, I mean, it's just out of reach. I mean, she gets to be in them all day, but this is pretty cool for me. What's interesting for me is, why is it that the nose always has a different kind of color to the rest of the jet?
So in the nose is where you'll find the radar,
Okay.
or the AESA radar that we talked to, the active electronically scanned array radar.
Yeah.
And
Very
what's
cool.
awesome about this view as well, you can kind of see all the doors are open,
Yeah.
you have the gear doors open. As soon as those doors close, the gears comes up, it is a purely stealth aircraft. You see a little bit of that hump
Yes.
right over the inlet,
Yeah.
that's a gun.
And then the missiles, where do they come out from?
So what is not opened in the aircraft right now is the weapon bay doors of the aircraft, which are on the very, very bottom.
Yeah.
Very large doors,
Yeah.
2 sets of doors, so 4 doors will open up.
The F-35 can carry up to 18,000 pounds or 8,165 kilograms of ordnance. That's like the weight of over 4 Cybertrucks of military supplies and equipment alone.
And so interesting though, because the integrity of the plane needs to be kept in order for it to be in stealth mode. So as soon as a door opens, everyone can see you. But just for that moment that it's open, and then you close it and it's back into stealth mode.
It makes our radar signature a little bit larger.
Okay.
To give you a bit of context, a radar cross-section is a measure for how detectable something is by radar, and depends on shape, materials, and things like sensors and antennas. For example, the radar cross-section of a human is 1 meter squared, and that of a bird is 0.01 meters squared. But the radar cross-section of the F-35 is just a mere 0.005 meter squared, which is the equivalent of a metal golf ball.
Okay, what's the hardest part of being a jet fighter pilot?
Ooh, the hardest part would probably have to be being on your game at every moment that you're flying the aircraft.
Yep.
Because one, you have to know the aircraft inside out, because you're up in the sky flying, 2,000 kilometers an hour. The longest mission I've done is a little under 12 hours. Yes, so you have to, it's a mental
You've been
thing.
in like mental 100% concentration for 12 hours.
Yes.
All right, one of the most incredible things about this is that it's fully stealth. So once you're in the air, you cannot see this. This has radar absorption paint, right? How does that work?
I can talk a little bit about it, but I can't tell you what it's made of, that's for sure.
That's classified?
Yes, yes. So.
Okay, interesting.
I've seen behind the scenes, I've completed my pilot training on the simulator, and I've been able to see a real F-35 up close. Now it's time to go back to the equipment room to try on the G-suit and the high-tech helmet that lets you see through the jet.
So you always keep this on underneath?
Yep, generally it's our flight suit that we would wear underneath. It can be a green one that's on the table, similar to what you see there. Yeah. It is also allows us to be fire protected in case we had to.
This does actually protect you from fire, this one?
Correct.
Okay.
This, including the helmet, is probably about 20 to 25 pounds of worth of stuff.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah, so it...
So what is this that you're doing right now?
So I'm protecting what we call the G-suit. This is the G-suit,
okay.
What the pants that I'm wearing.
Right.
Connecting it to the pilot pick is what we call here. This is how we connect to the jet.
Okay.
From a communications, oxygen. It will generally just sit, push down,
okay.
And it connects everything on the bottom of it is connected.
Ah, there you go. And then obviously you've got your thing. I'm very technical with my language.
You know, the doohickey
the thing that hangs off your face, yeah.
Yeah, so this is, each pilot is specifically measured for their mask.
Oh, right, interesting.
So that we don't have any leaks if we go up to high altitude.
So what happens with a G-suit? How does it help you deal with G-force?
So the G-suit, so an average human will generally be able to handle about 4 to 5 Gs. That's generally what a roller coaster is like, right? Because the F-35 can go up to 9 Gs, you have to be able to counter that extra 4 to 5 Gs, right?
And every G is like your weight on top of you,
exactly.
Right? Pushing down on you.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you how much I weigh, but it's 9 times that.
Yeah.
It's like a bear sitting on your chest.
Okay.
So the G-suit provides about a G to a G and a half of protection extra.
How does it do that?
There's little air bubbles on the inside of the G-suit.
Yeah.
That the jet knows as you pull Gs, it inflates those air bubbles because you don't want to pass out.
Right.
From G-locking.
So increasing the air bubbles kind of puts a layer of like pressure on the suit and not your body. Is that kind of what it does?
It actually puts it on your body to push blood up. Because when we pull Gs, all the blood pushes down. The first thing most people see when they experience G-forces is that tunnel vision. So it's like you're looking through a straw.
Wow.
Everything else is black around until you're in that straw.
Let's have a look at these helmets.
Sure.
Officially known as the Gen 3 helmet mounted display system, the F-35 helmet is one of the most advanced pieces of wearable technology in the world. Its price tag of $250,000 makes it as expensive as a Lamborghini Hurricane.
All right, so this is your helmet. Got Siren right here. All right, talk me through it. Like, how complex is this? This is not just your average like bicycle helmet.
No, it's it is awesome because it is completely made to fit only my head.
Cool.
And the way that they do it, it takes 2 days generally, and they will 3D scan your head. So if you ever want to know what you look like bald.
Yeah, no thanks.
But they do that specifically because this is almost an additional sensor for pilots because this is what we do to employ weapons. So we need it to be extremely precise. So once we put it on and we connect it using this hose into the aircraft, it now becomes an additional sensor that we would use to look at different targets, both in the air and on the ground.
So you have all of the little like, I don't know,
the squares
and everything in the vision
Absolutely.
itself.
So you'll see that. You'll see about a lot of other navigational things inside the helmet as well. And all that is actually shown on this visor using these
The inside visor is the one.
inside visor. And then this is just really cool sunglasses.
Yeah, cool. Yep.
But this also allows us, I get to pretend to be Wonder Woman for a little bit, and I'll put a camera, one of those outside cameras of the jet, into the helmet, and now I can see through the jet.
Oh, what?
Yeah, yeah. So it's a really weird feeling at first.
Wait, what?
But I'll look down and it's like I'm looking at the ground.
Should we do helmet time together?
Sure.
Yeah? All right.
Let me know if it's uncomfortable.
No, that's great. Okay. I don't think that's going to fit.
Why don't you just do one around the neck?
Oh, who is this skinny person? Oh, I can be a fighter pilot without any training. Now we're talking.
There you go.
It's the fast track. All right, I'm ready. Here's my co-fighter pilot. And my call sign is?
Blondie.
Blondie. And now that we've seen how you get your kit on, Siren's going to talk us through what she does step by step when preparing to get into an F-35 for a mission.
When you're flying a fighter aircraft, it is intense, exhilarating, and stressful, all at the exact same time. So preparing for a flight, once I approach the jet, it's two different things. The first part is a mental thing. You're so focused on the mission, but then there's that physical part of it. The going to the jet with all your gear on, greeting our maintainers there, asking them questions about the jet, and then doing a quick walk around, making sure the jet is ready to go fly. Every now and then I'll probably get nervous depending on the mission, but for the most part, the nerves get settled, especially the more experience of a pilot you become. Once you put the helmet on, it is go time. You are strapping into one of the most powerful machines on Earth with 43,000 pounds of thrust, and you turn it on and you're seeing what the F-35 can do. When you sit back and you think about it and you're 3 to 4 feet from another fighter aircraft, the F-35, going hundreds of miles an hour, you're like, oh, okay, this is really cool. I don't really think of myself as a female pilot, or actually the only female pilot here at Lockheed Martin. I think of myself as a fighter pilot. And I think that is a testament to everybody that I work with. I will say though that representing female fighter pilots, it's an honor and humbling for me to do, especially just for those who really need to see that it's possible. It is possible.
Well, that's the end of my fantasy, I'm afraid. This is where I stop and all the cool girls keep going. Siren,
fun job.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for spending the day with me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanhanks for coming out. It was great having you.
So cool to learn from you. And massive thank you to Lockheed Martin for opening up the doors to a top secure location. And we will see you on the next vid. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you for liking the video and thank you for subscribing. We'll see you on the next vid. Bye, we're out. I'm going to the car and you're going to the jet.